Today's short is being brought to you by Goya Foods. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sacks in the Morning. Steve Sacks.
Hi, Steve Sacks here with Sacks in the Morning. And we're right in the midst of the baseball playoffs, etc. But you know what? Also, we're in the midst of football season. We all love football. It's a great sport. And I'll tell you what, we've talked about some comebacks in baseball before, but this week, we're going to have a lot of fun talking about some of the greatest comebacks in football history. And these aren't so long ago. All right. So we're going to talk about three different players. And today, on Monday, we're going to talk about Alex Smith. Went to the University of Utah. He was a phenomenal quarterback there, and he was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. He was actually drafted ahead of Aaron Rodgers. Just shows you how much talent Alex Smith had. So he went from the 49ers then to the Chiefs, and Mahomes was there, so that's not a good place to stay. And then he went to the Washington Redskins, where he had an unfortunate accident where he broke his leg. It was a terrible thing, and the rest of it didn't go well. I mean, Alex Smith developed a bad case of sepsis in his leg, and it started to spread throughout his body. He had 17 surgeries, folks, no less, 17 surgeries to fix the leg. A lot of people thought that the leg was not salvageable, that he was going to even possibly die when he was diagnosed with the infection. This is a guy that had some terrible things that he had to overcome. My Lord, think about this. He missed the rest of 2018, all of 2019, and he came back in 2020. But let's get into a little bit of the mindset of Alex Smith. So you can imagine the mindset with normal people. Poor me, woe is me, I'm going to give up. Oh, my God, am I going to lose my leg? Am I going to die? Alex Smith didn't think that. He thought, I'm not quitting. Go ahead and surgery away. I'm not giving up. 17 surgeries, by the way. And he battled sepsis, which can be a death sentence. I mean, this is a really dangerous thing. So he actually came back, as I said, in 2020 and won the Comeback Player of the Year award. How about that for a mindset? Also, here's one of the quotes from Alex Smith when he was looking back on this. He said, "We all face adversity in life. It comes in different forms. Was I going to talk about it or be about it?" That is a ballsy comment, and I love it. And as far as winning the Comeback Player of the Year award in 2020, he played in 8 games. He started 6 of those. His record, Alex Smith's record, 5-1, and he completed 67% of his passes for over 1,500 yards. Now, this is not some ceremonial thing about him overcoming an incredible amount of surgeries and infections and what they could have taken his life for sure, or could have had his leg amputated. This was not a coronation for him to just go ahead and be crowned the Comeback Player of the Year award. This guy deserved it. I mean, 5-1 with over 1,500 yards throwing and 67% of his passes completed. That's pretty darn good. And considering that he probably couldn't run nearly as good as he used to, because that was part of his allure. One of the reasons why he was drafted ahead of Aaron Rodgers is because the guy was a mobile quarterback. Now he was forced to stay in the pocket and risk more injury from that leg that was ravaged by that horrible break, the compound fracture that he had in 2018. So in looking at this thing in scope, a lot of people might wonder, why'd you come back? You got enough money. Why did you do that? You could just retire and don't risk anything anymore. And there was a great quote by Alex Smith, and it really does sum it up pretty darn well. And actually, when I read it, it's really easy to understand. And this is what he said. He said, "In the NFL world, I'm an old guy. I'm a dinosaur. But in the bigger aspect of life, I'm 36 years old. I have 3 little kids. I have the rest of my life in front of me. Selfishly, I'm even doing this for them, as crazy as that sounds. I know if I can go out there and play quarterback, I can do anything else in my life." And that's my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that the Sacks in the Morning swag is now available on my Instagram site. Go to sacksinthemorning_podcast. You'll see it right there on the Instagram, and just hit the link. Everything's there, mugs, hats, tumblers, you name it. Take advantage of it. And thanks to Al Hendrickson Toyota for their support of this podcast. And be sure to visit alhendricksontoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.